Well, hi everybody. Good morning. To meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning. We are to the final Friday of September, the first Friday of fall, and it's going to still feel kind of like summer out there with warm temperatures ahead. It's going to be a warm day, a sunny day, a little bit breezy out there, which isn't a bad thing. On a sunny, warm day like today, it'll be nice to have a little breeze. Those south-southwest winds gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. We've got an approaching cold front off to the northwest that'll move through tonight. Out ahead of it, a few upper-level clouds. These will be fairly thin, though, so no worse than partly cloudy skies. Might give us some nice colorful sunsets and then sunrise tomorrow morning. Behind that front, a little cooler as we switch those winds out of the north, so it'll draw in some slightly cooler air, although it'll still be warm in the southeast tomorrow as this front eventually kind of washes out. In fact, by tomorrow at night, it kind of just disappears, and we'll see a warm front develop out west and push into our area. That's going to usher in a jump in temperatures as we get to the second half of the weekend. It's going to be very warm on Sunday again, and that warmth is going to stick around into early next week. We're also going to see a little more wind early next week as well. Well, it's going to be pretty warm later today. These temperatures are a solid 7 to 12 degrees above average in most locations. We're talking about mid-80s in most spots, even maybe some upper 80s in northern Nebraska. Let's take a look around the horn. We'll start you in the northwest. Could be as warm as 88 today in Spencer, Valentine, Merriman, 86 for Ainsworth, 83 in Stapleton, 84 Tryon, 85 in Ord and Burwell, 86 in Cambridge and McCook, Trenton, 83 in Hayes Center and North Platte, 84 for Kearney, Holdridge, 84 as well as in Minden, 86 degrees in Franklin and in Smith Center, Kansas, 86 in Fairbury as well as in Geneva, 86 degrees in Aurora, 87 for Grand Island, Central City and St. Paul, 85 in Syracuse as well as Tecumseh and Beatrice. And again, upper 80s there near north of Highway 20 up there around Verdigris, Hardington, Ponca, 86 for Neely and O'Neill, 85 degrees Greeley and in Bartlett. So a warm day on the way for today. We're back down to the 50s tonight with some 40s in western Nebraska and the northwest here. Tomorrow a little cooler behind our front, but we're still above average. Mid to upper 70s, low to mid 80s. Again, still pretty warm, especially in the southeast. Coolest temperatures in north central portions of Nebraska and central Nebraska there. As we get into Saturday night, back to the 40s and 50s, so a little bit cooler out there Saturday night to Sunday morning. Sunday itself, though, we are going to warm back up. Mid and upper 80s, maybe even pushing 90 in the Hebron area here towards north central Kansas around Belleville and Concordia. So very warm for Sunday. Sunday night, a warmer night in the 50s and low 60s. And then still pretty warm on Monday, temperatures in the low to mid 80s, perhaps even a few upper 80s in eastern and northeastern portions of Nebraska into northeast Kansas. So the warmth going to stick with us through the first half of next week here. Pretty quiet weather for the most part through about Tuesday. Wednesday, small chance of rain and thunderstorms right now. Not a great chance. Timing's a little iffy right now. Thursday looks dry and a little bit cooler. Maybe a better chance towards Friday and Saturday. I've been watching for a bigger system that might bring a better chance of rain and thunderstorms and a little bit more of a cool down into the first weekend of September. That's the 4th and the 5th. That does include October, not September. That does include the Harvest of Harmony Parade in Grand Island next Saturday, the 4th of October. So it will be a little bit cooler. We'll see if there's rain around. Still a little bit iffy on that. Looking at North Platte, you're going to be on the warm side for days to come. Tomorrow just a little bit cooler, but we're mostly looking at upper 70s and low 80s. There's always going to be a little bit more wind, especially early next week on Monday, where winds could gust over 30 miles per hour. Slight chance of rain and thunderstorms on Wednesday. Better chances again should come towards the end of next week around the Friday, Saturday time frame, along with a little bit more of a cool down for the first weekend of October as temperatures push down into the mid 70s for highs, which is still, by that point in October, probably going to be a couple of degrees above average because our averages are dropping pretty quickly. But overall, we're still looking at warm weather right through the 3rd through the 9th of October. We are likely to be above average, very likely to be above average. In fact, most of the country will be above average, but we are very likely to see that here. And again, we might get a little bit of moisture late next week around that 3rd, 4th time frame that might put us in the above average category because of that system moving through here. Let's take a look at some of the long range models here. And again, there's not a lot to write home about. Here's the passing clouds tonight. So we'll jump ahead to Wednesday. There's our rain chance on Wednesday, maybe even in the early Thursday morning. Better chances, though, will come Friday and Saturday here. And after that, not really sure what's going to happen after that. Right now, the European model is not as aggressive with the rain, and it's not as aggressive with the cooler weather next weekend, I should say. The GFS model. Here's the clouds tonight. We'll jump ahead to Wednesday. There's our small chances out west Tuesday, but really we'll be looking at Wednesday for rain chances. And then I think the better chances come Friday, Saturday. Now this system is stronger than what the European is showing. This would have more impacts for our area if it were to play out like this, including possibly some severe weather, some snow in the high elevations of the Rockies there, and a bigger cool down. That's a more impactful system than what the European is showing right now. But it also would show a bigger drop in temperatures during that time frame. So temperature-wise, we are going to be looking at plenty of warmth ahead of us here. Now, the European model never really brings a major cool down. We get the slight cool down tomorrow, warming back up on Sunday, keeping it warm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then slightly cooler at the end of next week into the following weekend. But there's really no big shots of chilly air diving south with the European model. The GFS is a little bit different because it has a stronger storm system pulling in cooler air. So again, we're warm today, a little bit cooler tomorrow, right back to the warm on Saturdays or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then here comes that cooler air Thursday. But right now, the bigger shot of cool air comes at the end of the week. And again, with a stronger storm system, we would have chillier temperatures than what the European is showing. So a lot of it's going to depend on what kind of a storm system are we seeing. Are we seeing a very weak, open low, basically, or are we seeing a closed low pressure system, which could mean heavier rainfall, possibly severe weather, some snow in the higher elevations because of the cooler air getting dragged down from Canada. So a lot up in the air right now when it comes to next weekend and what kind of impacts we could see. So don't buy into too much yet, being that it is over a week away yet. With that, I'm going to wish you a wonderful weekend. Hope it's a good Friday and a good weekend to you. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and God bless. Bye.